Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Ben Sports Talk, Episode 3. My name is Ben, and today we'll be talking about the NBA playoffs and the MLB season. Yesterday in NBA playoffs, the Golden State Warriors finally beat the Memphis Grizzlies in 6 games. Game 6, 110 Warriors, 96 Grizzlies. I did think this was probably going to happen. The Grizzlies, showed a little bit in Game 5 without Ja Morant, but long term, even if they did beat the Warriors, they weren't going to make a championship run. The Warriors, though, they were led by Klay Thompson with 30 points, Steph Curry with 29, Draymond had 14, Wiggins had 18, Poole had 12, so their usual cast played really well in the game to win the series. The Grizzlies, Dylan Brooks had a big game with 30, 11 for 28 from the field, 7 for 15 from 3. Desmond Bane had 25, 4 for 7 from 3. Jaren Jackson Jr., not the best game, I would say, 12 points, only 4 rebounds, 4 blocks, though. It's good. Poor shooting, 1 for 7 from 3, 5 for 19 from the field. Tyrese Jones, 2 for 12 with 7 points. Steven Adams, not really that scorer, but 4 points and 10 rebounds. Pretty good from him. Brandon Clark was really, and D'Anthony Melton, were the only two bench pieces for the Grizzlies, but both of them did not shoot too well. Both had 8 points. This Warriors will be playing the winner of tonight's game, I believe, against the Mavs and Suns. I still am holding strong on my prediction that the winner of the Mavs-Suns series will go to the finals for the West. The Warriors are good, but I don't think they have the firepower, and they are get a bit old, like how Dylan Brooks said. They're a bit older, and I do think the Mavericks can hang with them, and the Suns is the best team in the West and probably the best team in the league. But that's for that series. Another Game 6 for Boston and Milwaukee. Boston won 108-95. Didn't really see this one coming, especially from big Game 5 Giannis had, but it's gonna be settled. I think tomorrow in Boston. So this one's been so close. I couldn't really tell you who would probably win this series, but it's gonna be a good Game 7. This is a great series. Still, same thing here with the East. Whoever wins the Bucks, Celtics series is going to the finals. I can't really tell you who for this prediction, but Jason Tatum is making a case for a top 10 player in the NBA next year. He dropped 46 last night. 17 for 32 from the field, 7 for 15 from 3, 46 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Jaylen Brown, 22 points, 5 rebounds and 4 assists. Marcus Smart made up for his poor Game 5 performance with 21, 5 and 7. Al Horford didn't have a scoring output that he's had the past couple games, but with only 2 points, but he did have 10 rebounds, so he was a defensive force. Grant Williams, another defensive player, not a lot of scoring, only 2 points but 5 rebounds. Derek Whitehead was the only main contributor off the bench with 9 points, shooting 3 for 9. But the Bucks, Giannis did have 44. But besides that, not really a lot of help. Drew Holiday did have 17. Pat Connaughton had 14. Those were the only 2 other Bucks in double figures. Bobby Portis, pretty bad game, 4 points. 10 rebounds, though, but 2 for 8 shooting. Wesley Matthews, only 4 points. Grayson Allen, 3 points, 1 for 7. Brook Lopez, 6 points, 3 for 6. So if the Bucks are going to win this series, they're going to have Giannis is going to have a lot of help, or he's going to have to shut down on Jason Tatum. But after this, I'm still not sure, because even in Game 4, the Boston pretty much dominated the Bucks. I would say the score was a bit closer. They only won by 8, but that fourth quarter, the Bucks were up by I think 10 or 15, and the Celtics came back and were dominating the whole way through. So I do think the Bucks can come back in Boston, make it a fight, maybe win, or the Celtics can come out how they did in Game 6 and just blow the doors right off. And I'm going to head into the Eastern Conference Finals. Talking about that, the Miami Heat just beat them 76ers to advance to the conference finals. The Heat I was mistakenly wrong about, I would say. I did think that the Sixers did have a chance of beating them, but these last two games for the Heat were just wow. Absolutely crazy. Like Game 6, the Heat won 99-90. Jimmy Butler had 32 points. Maximus Strauss had 20. PJ Tucker had 12. Bam had 10. He's been shooting okay. He doesn't have a lot of offensive priorities right now. Gabe Vincent had 7. Oladipo had not the best in the game. 4 points, 2 for 5 shooting. Tyler Hero had 10. Dwayne Dedmon had 4. Those were the only 3 off the bench for the Heat. Embiid, not the best. 20 points, 12 rebounds, 7 for 24 shooting, 2 for 8 from 3. James Harden had 11 points, 4 for 9. Tyrese Maxey, 20, but 9 for 22. Tobias Harris, you heard Jimmy Butler say it after the game. Probably they should have signed Jimmy Butler instead of Harris. Harris with 14. Green had a pretty horrible injury. I believe it's a torn ACL and a torn PCL, I'm assuming. It's the one on the back of your knee, I know that, I believe. So he only played 3 minutes, made a 3, but then got injured. Shake Milton had a pretty good game, 15 points off the bench, 6 for 8 from shooting, so he did give them solid minutes with Danny Green going down early, but it was not enough to defeat the 1 seed. The Heat, with that performance, I do think they could possibly make it to the finals, but I'm still, what I've seen in the Mavericks, not the Mavericks, the Bucks and Celtics series, that team that wins that series is going to the finals. Like, those two are probably the best 2 teams in the East, I would say, even though the Heat are the 1 seed. But still. Going to the Suns Mavericks series, the Mavericks forced a game 7 with a big performance in Game 6 and blowing out the Suns 113-86. Not a lot of only one person on the Suns with 20. That was DeAndre Ayton with 21. Devin Booker had 19 points. Not the best of shooting, 0 for 4 from 3, 6 for 17 from the field. Chris Paul, not the best game, 13. Only 4 assists. I mean, how his play style is, that's not what you want to see. Not a lot from really anyone on the Suns off the bench. The highest was 6 from Torrey Craig from Suns off the bench. But obviously the Mavs were led by Luka Doncic, 33 points. 11 from 26, 2 from 8 from the field. Not the best, but luckily Reggie Bullock did get hot. 19 points, 5 for 11 from shooting. Jalen Brunson, who's had an amazing playoff run, 18 points, 6 for 14 shooting. Spencer Dinwiddie off the bench had 15, 5 for 7 from 3. He only shot 3-pointers this game. Maxi Kleber had 9. That was pretty much it for the Mavericks. So I still hold strong that maybe the Mavericks could win in Phoenix. Have they won in Phoenix? It does not. Yeah. The Mavericks have not won a game at Phoenix yet this series. It could happen tonight. I'm not really sure. Maybe with a day to think about it, Chris Paul and Devin Booker might come to play. But I'm going to bet Luka is going to go off this game, or he's going to go down trying. I will bet you that. So this is gonna be a fun series to end tonight, and so will the when the Bucks don't play, they play tomorrow. But yeah, the winner of the Suns or Mavericks will probably win or go to the finals against the Celtics or the Bucks. So those are my predictions. So now moving to the MLB. So Aaron Judge is probably the MVP favorite at this point, I would say. He leads the league in home runs, 12 home runs, 27 RBIs, 305 average, 376 on base, 661 slugging, having an amazing start to the year. It's just insane what he's been doing this season. He's making the Yankees hope that they have enough money to pay him, because he is going to get. He might be get a Patrick Mahomes $500 million deal if he keeps up, because right now if he gets 650 plate appearances this year, which he's a chance of getting, he is on pace for 62 home runs, 441 RBIs. That is an MVP season right there. That I guess that would probably be the home run record, because it really is. The home run record is 73, set by Barry Bonds. Some people still say it is Roger Maris who hit 61. If you don't know who Barry Bonds is, he was a good player, but he's known for a few other stuff. Still a legend technically, but he was he was a pretty big guy, I would say. He was a seven-time MVP, but he's not going to make the Hall of Fame. You can look up why if you want, but I don't really speak on that. But the other team in New York, though, the New York Mets, are one of the best teams in the league also. One of my favorite players, Pete Alonso, is hitting the ball crazy recently also. He has 8 home runs, 271 batting average. So he's doing pretty well. He's tied for the MLB lead in RBIs with 28. Right now, he's on pace for let's see. He's on pace for 38 home runs and 133 RBIs. I wouldn't say that was enough to win MVP for India now, but he would probably be top 5 if I had to assume. But yeah, the Mets are looking really good. Francisco Lindor has slowed down a bit, but I feel like he can pick it back up. Pitching wise for them, it's amazing like always. It's gonna be, I don't know how you're gonna be able to hit against them when Jacob deGrom gets back. But Max Scherzer, 37, doesn't matter. He's rocking a 2.66 ERA. Carlos Carrasco, 3.19 ERA. Chris Bassett, 2.45. Taylor McGill has a 4.41, which is still good, but in this starting rotation, it's the worst one, which is kind of crazy. Taijuan Walker has a 3 ERA. Edwin Diaz has a 1.93. So yeah, the Mets, I would say, they have slowed down a bit, but from what they were doing earlier in the year, but it's going crazy. But let's go back to them. Yankees, the Bronx Bombers. I'm kind of actually surprised, because it's really only 3 guys on the Yankees that are the ones that are hitting the home runs. Maybe you can put in Gleyber Torres with 5, but Aaron Judge leads the league with 12. Stanton's looking like his 20. Was it 15 or 16? I was thinking of. Shoot. It might have been. No. I think it was 17 he won MVP. But he has 10 home runs. And Anthony Rizzo has 9 home runs. Joey Gallo's been struggling a whole lot. It's basically. He has 36 strikeouts, 4 home runs, 202 average. Not really the best, I would say. That's pretty bad. Josh Donaldson, 4 home runs, 13 RBIs, 233, a bit better. He gets 36, so there's that. But still. Aaron Hicks, he's been okay. A 217 average. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, he's been okay. He's not really a power bat. He does have a 269 average. But yeah, pitching wise, Garrett Cole pitching amazing. A 2.995 ERA. Nestor Cortez though, oh my goodness, he's second on the Yankees right now in WAR with 1.3 behind Aaron Judge with 1.8. Cortez now has a 1.41 ERA. He's striking out 11.8 batters per 9, which is amazing. Only has 5 earned runs over 32 innings pitched. That is amazing for him. Chapman, where is it? He has 8 saves, a 0.79 ERA. So he's looking like his old self, like he's back in Cincinnati. But those two teams, they're probably the 2 best teams in the league, I'd say. The Rays are it's crazy how they're 4 games behind the division lead, but they're 20-13, which is one of the best records in the league. And who's leading them? Wander Franco, the man. They finally. It's the first time in, I guess, Evan Longoria that the Rays actually paid big bucks. Wander Franco's on a what? He's on an 11-year, $182 million deal that started this year. So he's going to be there for the long haul. He's kind of slowed down a bit on offense. 4 home runs, 15 RBIs, 295 average. I mean, if he does get that power stroke, he will be one of the best shortstops in the league. I'd say he's probably already top 10. But with his swing, how it is contact based, you're not going to see those eye-popping home run numbers, but you're going to see the average and RBIs be a big thing. Brandon Lau, he was, or was it? No, I think it was Josh Lau that was sent down, but Brandon Lau's been off to a slow start. He is leading the league, the Rays in home runs with 5, but a 211 average, not the best, but I do think he can pick it up. Mike Zunino. I couldn't say I wasn't expecting this, but it is a bit of a surprise. Mike Zunino, if you don't know who he is, he played at Florida. He was a catcher. He basically won the equivalent of the Heisman Trophy for the college baseball. At Florida, he was amazing. He was an all-star last year with 33 home runs, 216 average. That's always been his thing. Like he's what people see in modern baseball. 3 true outcomes, strikeouts, not even really walks. It's more tooch. It's basically like Joey Gallo kind of, but he walks less. Like it's strikeouts or home runs for Mike Zunino. Right now he has 3 home runs, 10 RBIs, and a 162 average. I do think he can pull it together, but he is not doing the best. And also, Randy Rosarena, he's off to a slow start from what he's done these past 2 years. 1 home run, 9 RBIs, 218 average. He can probably pick it up. Kevin Kiermaier's been kind of a surprise, actually. Wow. He only has a 173 average, but like when I've watched Ray games, he's been the ones coming up clutch. Like the walk-off home run he had against them Rays. I mean, not the Rays. He plays for the Rays. Against them Red Sox in I think it was the 10th inning. So he is coming up clutch. He's probably been swinging the bat. It's the best I've seen of him ever. But Manny Margot. He's just an RBI machine apparently. 3 home runs, 21 RBIs, 313 average. He's second on the team in WAR with 1. Wander Franco is 1.4. Pitching wise, it's not the best. I mean, they did just get what the Angels blew them out by I think it was 12-0 when the Angels no hit them. There's really only I guess there's two okay pitchers. Shane McClanahan has a 2.52 ERA, and Drew Rassman has a 2.67 ERA. Corey Kluber is only the third starting pitcher they have. He is 36. I don't really know what this was kind of like a replacement, I would assume, for like the Rich Hill they had last year. He's 1-2 of a 4.55 ERA. For a 36-year-old, that's okay. Nothing special, but they do need to get Tyler Glasnow back. I'm not really sure when he's supposed to get back, but when the Rays need him back fast. But let's talk about the Angels that I just mentioned. They are second in their division after Houston, who's been on a 11-game win streak. So we'll talk about them soon. But Mike Trout, he's playing like Mike Trout. I mean, 9 home runs, a 2.5 WAR already, but 9 home runs, 19 RBIs, 323 average, 446 on base. What do you want? Anthony Rendon has picked it up. I'd say I'm happy to see that. If you didn't see, he did hit a left-handed home run against Brett Phillips, who's an outfielder for the Rays when they no-hit the Rays. And also, Anthony Rendon is a right-handed batter. So that's pretty cool. That might get some confidence back up. He's hitting him at 209, which is a bit better from what he was hitting last week. He was under the Mendoza line, which is if you're hitting under 200, that's the Mendoza line. So he's working his way back up there. Shohei Ohtani, he's probably not going to get back to what he did last year, but if he just gets back to like smooth middle, like 30 home runs, 7-8 wins a season, he'll be up there. He's also third on the team in the WAR. He has 6 home runs, 21 RBIs, 250 average. But also Taylor Ward, the right fielder coming out of nowhere, who took Joe Adell's spot, which I was thinking was going to be a big surprise. But Joe Adell he's on the 40-man, which means he's playing minor league baseball and can play on the Angels. But Taylor Ward, 7 home runs, 17 RBIs, 361 average. Oh my. Yeah, that's pretty good. But pitching-wise, Shohei's leading the way. I'm a 3-2. I'm a 2.78 ERA. But Noah Syndergaard is pitching like it's 2015, just like what I said last week. I'm a 2.45 ERA. So because the main thing for the Angels this year, they have the offense to put up runs. It's just a matter of, because like last year, pitching-wise, it was only Shohei Ohtani. Like it was basically Shohei. Sometimes if Anthony Rendon showed up, and what was his name? Jared Walsh, who's having a decent year, I guess. 6 home runs, 23 RBIs, 256 on average. Jared Walsh is. I don't think he's gonna be an all-star, but he is a quality first baseman. But yeah, other pitchers for the Angels, Rafael Iglesias, they're a closer, has 8 saves, a 2.13 ERA, 11 strikeouts per 9, pretty good. Shohei has a 12.8 strikeouts per 9, which is even better. So yeah, they're a team to watch. I do think they can pass the Astros for the West, but if they make it into the wild card, they probably will. But yeah, the Astros, talking about them, they are on a tear. They just won their 11th game yesterday against the Nationals. And let's see, who has been good for them? Yordan Alvarez, MVP candidate. at 25 years old, 11 home runs, second in the league, 21 RBIs, 280 average, 381 on base. But the dude that's been the big surprise is Jeremy Pena, who's number 1 on the team in WAR with 2.1. He is the Carlos Correa replacement. Pena has 6 home runs, 20 RBIs, 276 on base, 276 batting average, and a 339 on base. So he's doing amazing. Alex Bregman is looking like he's getting back into his groove. 5 home runs, 21 RBIs, 248 average. Jose Altuve is getting back into it. 250 batting average, a lot better than last time. I'm here. 6 home runs, 10 RBIs. Kyle Tucker, he's on a slow start from what he was doing last year. Batting 248. I'm sorry, but I do think he can get it back. Justin Verlander is pitching like it's 2012, which is amazing to see. When he's 39 years old, probably this could be his last year, maybe next year. But it's fun to see after him missing 2 straight years. He's 4-1, 1.55 ERA. He's not getting that much strikeouts, only 8 per 9 innings, but that's okay. Luis Garcia, who's the young pitcher, 25. He's at a 2.94 ERA. He's doing okay. He hit 10 strikeouts per 9. That's pretty good. But yeah, the Astros are. I don't really like to see them win like this, but at this point, you just gotta respect it. But let's talk about the Twins now. The Twins have probably Byron Buxton. There's their best player. Finally, and hopefully he can make it at least 140 games, like I've been saying. If he wins 104 or plays 140 games like he's been playing, he's a top 3 MVP candidate. He has 10 home runs, 18 RBIs, 259 average, 333 on base. Besides that, he's not getting really a lot of help on offense, but they are winning games. They're first in their division. Granted, it is the AL Central, not a lot of competition, and I'm pretty sure the White Sox are catching up to them. Pitching wise, not a lot. But yeah, I just want to talk about Byron Buxton there. But yeah, the White Sox, after a pretty slow start, they are catching up a bit. They were on a good run, but they've lost 3 out of their last 4. They are 15-16, but they're climbing back. Tim Anderson is playing like an all-star. Jose Abreu, sadly, is looking like he's declining. Luis Robert is playing pretty decent. 287 average. He's not at this rate. I don't think he's going to be a MVP candidate like people were saying, but I do think he could maybe make an All-Star appearance. But yeah, that's about it for the White Sox. And finally, let's talk about my favorite team, the Cubs, who are almost getting caught up by the Reds, which is scary. Which means we'd be probably we're the last team in the NL Central if we do that. We're 4th in the Central right now. We're on a pretty big slide. But like our hitting wise, it's okay. It's nothing anything special, but the pitching, that we need some pitching like bad. Stroman's hurt. There's no one has an ERA below 3.5. Like Hendricks is getting shelled. Smiley's been the only decent one, but his record is not the best. 3.64 ERA though. But yeah, I do get that this is probably not going to be a playoff push, but it's still, I do want to see them win. But let's talk about, because we have to do this every time, because I love these two players, Yelly and Belly. Right now, Yelich is having a better year than Belly or Bellinger. But Christian Yelich, he just hit it for the cycle a couple days ago. It's his 3rd career cycle. I think he's the 5th or 6th player in MLB history to have 3 career cycles. And funny enough, all 3 of them are against the Reds, and I'm pretty sure the last 2 have been at the Reds Park, and maybe the 3rd one was there too. I'm not sure. But Yelich, 5 home runs, 20 RBIs, 256 average, 353 on base. He is, what is he? He's 6th on the team in WAR with 0.9. Hunter Renfroe is leading a team with home runs with 8, and Rowdy Tellez has 7 and 27 RBIs. There's not really, it's kind of like last year, how they had great pitching, but not a lot of run support. Like Corbin Burns, his record is 1-2, but his ERA is 1.77. And same thing with Adrian Hauser. Well, actually, he's 3-3, but a 3.86 ERA. Brandon Woodruff and Freddie Peralta aren't having the best of years how they did last year. Josh Hader is playing amazing. He has 12 third innings pitched, only has 2 hits allowed, and 0 earned runs. He's averaging 13.1 strikeouts per game. So he is a Cy Young candidate also. Devin Williams is not having the best of years or starts. He is okay, but 5.25 ERA is not the best. He is striking out a lot of people. He is averaging 15.8 strikeouts per 9, which is pretty good, but he's also getting a lot of hits on him. But now let's go to our final thing is Cody Bellinger. Cody Bellinger is kind of slowed down a teensy bit. He did hit a home run last game, but he is now under the Mendoza line with a 198 average, 5 home runs, 12 RBIs, but a lot of strikeouts and not a lot of walks. He is still up on the, what is he? Hold on. Despite all that though, he's 8th on the team in WAR with 0.7. So that just shows how good his defense is. His defense is going to be with him his entire career. It's just a matter of if he can get his bat back to what it was. I do think he can. It's just like he needs to work just the kinks out. 21 I do think will be is a fluke, and this is just him shaking off the rust, and he's just in a bad spot right now. But besides that, the Dodgers are 20-11. Probably, even without record-wise, they're probably the best team in the league, or at least in the NL. The Yankees, sadly, are the best team in the AL. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this episode. Thank you for watching. Make sure to check out my other videos if you haven't already, and I will see you next Saturday. Bye.